Hello students, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to discuss about flow control in Python. The flow control is used to describe the order in which statements will be executed at runtime. So what are the statements that will be executed on runtime that will be decided by using flow control, that will be controlled by using flow control. So here in Python, flow controls are three types. Those are conditional statements, transfer statements and iterative statements. Okay, so in this particular video I am going to explain conditional statements in Python. Okay, so conditional statements are also known as branching statements. The conditional statements are three types: if else, if else. Okay, so these are the three types under conditional statements or branching statements. Let's see one by one. The first one is if statement. Okay, so in Python, if a statement is used for decision making operation. Okay, so if you want to take one decision, you need to first use the if statement. It contains a body of code which runs only when condition is true. When the given condition is true, then the statements are executed. Okay, so only the statements are executed if the condition is true. See the syntax here: if condition, statements, next is statements. So here if the condition is true, these statements are executed and also these statements are executed. Okay, so in Python the indentation is very important. The indentation is nothing but adding white spaces before the statements to indicate it is a block. Okay, so if the condition is true, the block of statements are executed. If the condition is false, the block of statements are not executed. That is, if the statements are executed, the block of statements are executed only if the condition is true. That is, if statement. Let's see the example. So here the example: a is equals to int of input of enter a value. So this is the read operation. Next, b is equals to int of input of enter b value. Okay, so I am reading a is equals to 10, b is equals to 20. Okay, so a value is 10, b value is 20. So first enter a value 20, enter b value 20. For suppose a value is 20, b value is 20. Next it checks the condition. If a is equals to b, so a value is 20, b value is 20. So 20 equals to 20 is true. Then it execute a is equal to b. So these are the block of statements. These statements are executed because the condition is true. So here a is equal to b. After, these are the default statements. Okay, these statements are executed whether the condition is true or false. Okay, these are default statements. So next default statements are executed. For suppose a value is 10, b value is 20. Okay, this is a and this is b. So next we need to check the condition. If a is equals to b, but here the a value is 10, b value is 20. 10 equals to 20. Is it true? No, it is not true. So these block of statements are not executed. It will only display default statement. Okay. So here the block of statements are only executed if the condition is true. That is if. Okay. See the next one. If else. So in if else, it contains two blocks. One is known as true block and another one is known as false block. True block is executed only when the condition is true, and false block is executed only when the condition is false. Okay, so here it contains two blocks, but in if it contains only one block, that is known as true block. If the condition is true, true block is executed, otherwise true block is not executed. Okay, but in if else it contains two blocks. One is true block and another one is false block. If the condition is true, then true block is executed. If the condition is false, false block is executed. Okay, so see the syntax here: if condition, statements, else statements. Okay, if the condition is true, these statements are executed. If the condition is false, these statements are executed. Okay, so let's see the example for better understanding. Okay, so here I value, I is a variable which contains 20. Okay, if I am checking if I less than 20, first suppose I value is lesser than 20. Okay, 20 lesser than 50. So I value is 20. Next, less than 15. So we are checking the condition. Okay, tell me, is it true or false? It is false. 20 is not less than 15. So that's why these statements are not printed. I is greater than 15 will be printed. Okay, because I value is 20 and it is bigger than 15. Okay, so that's why it will print I is greater than 15. Okay, so for example, let's take I value is 10. Okay, I less than 15. Is it true or false? Yes, 10 is lesser than 15. So that's why it will print I is smaller than 15. So if the condition is true, then true block statements are executed. If the condition is false, false block statements are executed. These are known as default statements. This will be executed whether the condition is true or false. Okay, I hope it is clear. Next, the third one is if elif else. Okay, it is known as if elif else or if elif else ladder. Okay, so here a user can decide among multiple options if the statements are executed from top to down. Okay, so always if statements are executed from top to bottom as soon as one of the condition controlling if is true, the statements associated with that are executed and the rest of the ladder is bypassed. If the none of the conditions are true, then the final else statements will be executed. So here it contains many conditions, many else if conditions. Okay, so let's see the example. Syntax. So here first if condition. If the condition is true, then these statements are executed. If the condition is false, it goes to elif condition. Okay, so if the elif condition is true, these statements are executed. You can use many number of elif conditions. Okay, so all the conditions are checked. If all the conditions are false, then else statements are executed. Okay, so listen one more time. Here if the condition is true, then the statements are executed. If the condition is false, elif condition is checked. If this condition is true, these statements are executed. If it is false, then it will move to next elif. Okay, so if every elif condition is false, then else statements are executed. Okay, so this is known as if elif else ladder. You can use number of elif. Okay, so let's see the example. So here the example, I is equals to int of input of enter a number. So I am reading a number from the keyboard. Okay, if I is equals to 10. So if the given value is 10, okay, we don't know the value because it is given on the runtime. Okay, so if the I value is equals to 10, then it print I is 10. Okay, if the I value is not equals to 10, okay, so here 5 equals to 10, is it true? No, it is false. Then it will move to next elif. So next we are checking I is equals to 15. If I value is equals to 15, it will print I is 15. So here I value is not 15. So that's why it will move to next. So here again I am checking I equals to 20. So here I value is 5. So I is not equals to 20. So that's why it will not print this. So here all the conditions are checked, but none of the conditions are matched. So that's why at last it will print I is not present. I value is not present. Okay. So in this way we can use the if, elif, else ladder. Okay, I hope it is clear. So I explained in this class if else, if, elif, else. So these are the conditional statements. Okay, so you need to remember the syntax and also examples. So in the next class I will explain iterative statements and transfer statements. I hope it is clear. If you have any doubts regarding to this video, please comment me in the comment section. For more videos, please subscribe my channel. Thank you.